guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and once again, we gonna talk about Superman. It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? So, if you guys don't know, um, the movie is a flop. No matter what anyone says, the movie is a flop because they had to adjust, profits in order to make it look like, oh, Superman's the highest grossing movie. Um, since this movie or that movie, but without taking into consideration inflation. And if we remove the the Mondays, the Tuesdays, the Wednesday previews, and maybe even Thursday, it didn't open well. And the thing about it is, now people are trying to cope with the fact that the international audience rejected it. And I saw Midnight Edge. It's like they were trying to blame the international fans for not liking this Superman movie just because they wanted this lighthearted Superman, because they didn't like the most serious, grounded tone of Man of Steel, the DCEU Superman. And what it really sits to here and gets me to think is that the international audience is looking at us and they're like, we're done with this bullshit because y'all don't respect y'all heroes. And the reason why I want to bring up a lot of that stuff is because it's true. We really don't respect our heroes because we always want these heroes to be beta bitch. We always want to race, gender swap, sexuality swap the characters. Then a lot of y'all want to be political with the characters. Like, there's a few artists online drawing Superman punching the ICE agents, Superman killing the president of the United States or choking him out or whatever. Then, it was this other artist. He got mad. It was a black guy, or Boris or whatever, and stuff like that, with his ignorant ass. He got mad because Twitter removed his post. And then he tried to, and then everybody that's in his comment section is trying to celebrate it. It's just like, what the fuck y'all celebrating for? That's very ignorant. Okay, if he's Superman, it doesn't matter if the guy voted for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. He's still a human being, and you should save him. So he did a drawing where, quick, someone help! He's about to fall, right? So this guy, he's about to fall, and he fell. But because he had a MAGA hat on, the black guy, he draws himself a lot. He drew himself as Superman, and instead of saving him, he closes his shirt back and kind of let the guy fall to his death. Did you really think that that was appropriate? And again, you see why international audience is just disgusted, because you'll never see the international audience really draw their characters in these political climates. Now, am I saying there are a few? Of course, there might be a few international people who will do some stuff like that, but it's rare. You get what I'm saying? You don't never see them demasculine their characters or try to make a lot of their characters accommodate to everybody's wants and needs. In America, we do that. And again, international audience, they tend to like the pro-American stuff. Man of Steel, you can get mad all you want to, but Man of Steel had a lot of Americano in it, had a lot of Christian allegory in it, which things that people try to pretend like that's not something that's part of the character or whatever. And it's just like, no, it actually is. And when James Gunn said they got rid of truth, justice, and the American way for truth, justice, and a better human way, like, who the fuck? And again, you have a Superman that's a beta ass bitch. He gets beat up most of the time. He cries. He whines. And y'all really try to sit up here and try to say that that's Superman. No, that's not Superman. And it's great that the domestic audience like it. Continue to like it. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But understand that everybody else ain't gonna accept it. And if you don't want the rest of the world to accept it, that is fine. But don't expect DC to continue to do this shit without getting the international audience. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, back in the day, they considered Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, and Aquaman failures, and all of those pictures made over $650 million worldwide. So if we got, and even with Josh Whedon's movie, because it was Justice League, but it, we still thinking it was by Zack Snyder until Josh Whedon came and destroyed that damn movie and tried to make it all Marvel. You get what I'm saying? And again, a lot of people tend to forget that the reason why the DCEU existed is because they heard the complaints about the lighthearted nature of the MCU. So DC said, okay, we're going to go a little bit darker because all of their past DC movies recently had made money at the box office because they were more dark and grounded. The thing about it that y'all need to understand is a lot of DC's iconic storylines are darker, are mature. You know what I'm saying? They have a few lighthearted affairs, but they're very serious. There's a reason why Superman and Lois was such critically acclaimed because it balanced out what we needed. The same thing for Man of Steel. Y'all just want colors a lot. And that's great and all, but it only can go so far. It's the same things like a lot of y'all swear up and down it's comic books. But once again, running into people who, especially a lot of the Americans, who do not read Superman, but will tell you and they mama that this is the most Superman comic booky movie ever, but never read Superman before in a day in their life. Or all they know is Christopher Reeve Superman. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even remember Superman the animated series or Justice League. Because if that's the case, please go watch it. Please go watch it. You'll definitely see the inspiration. You'll definitely see where Zack Snyder pulled some stuff from. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And that's a cartoon. That's a cartoon that treated the character with maturity. It didn't get silly. Did it have silly moments? Of course. You can have silly moments in things, but you can't, the whole movie can't be silly. And the audience does not like it. They don't like, what people need to understand is that people really don't like when you disrespect the audience and disrespect the heroes. Because could you imagine, like, let's say Goku. We're going to use Goku because he's up there with Superman at this point. Goku, known around the world, internationally or whatever. Could you imagine if they belittle Goku? And I'm talking about belittle him to where the entire movie, he's bitched out, crying and whining about how life ain't fair, how he trying his best to do what he can to save people or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And then if they do a live action movie, they get some like scrawny beta male bitch with semi outfit on is more accurate, but he barely has the muscles. He doesn't ooze masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Like now people are trying to say, "Oh, kindness is the best form of masculinity." Bitch, since when? Since when? Most women can't stand a pussy bitch man. That's why a lot of women enjoy Henry Cavill because he was stoic, masculine. He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to express it in a way. He did it subtly. It's like I said, it's power behind subtlety. But a lot of y'all want somebody to slap you upside the face with the shit. You cannot blame the audience for not liking this movie. There's a lot of coke going on, but the problem is they had to purposely get people to go see the movie early and use the money that they got because a few of them did have to pay to go see those movies early. They used the money that they had people paying early to go see, and all those preview nights that were very early, and used the money that they got from there and added it to the box office. Now, if we remove all of those preview things, the movie would not be where it's at. It would probably be maybe $80 million. And that's being generous. You get what I'm saying? Because it didn't really make a lot of money worldwide. It really didn't. It barely made some money worldwide. Like maybe what? What, maybe like 10 million something, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially in major markets. It didn't really go. It didn't really go anywhere. So they had to add all those preview days in order to make it look good because they're trying to make it look good for the investors. And it's okay. And I know some people are going to be like, "Oh, you just making it." No, you really have to sit here and think about it. A lot of people was able to see this movie 2 weeks in advance, a week in advance, like, and a lot of people paid to go see it. Though a lot of people, some people did go for free, but there are a lot of people who actually paid to see the preview thing because they did that thing with Amazon. So if you did that thing with Amazon, you're able to go see the movie either a week or 2 weeks early. That's a problem. That is a problem for a movie that, needs to be successful, but they're purposely doing snake things in order, because then people were like, "Oh, okay, if you're going to do that, then let's add Man of Steel's preview numbers in." And Man of Steel still outgrossed it, which still makes it the highest. And then if we do inflation, it would make even more money than the Superman movie. I'm telling you, people do not like this whole beta bitch ass Superman. Because the reason why I'm saying it is because a lot of y'all who claim that, a lot of y'all still won't go and buy Superman comic books. The only Superman comic books a lot of y'all are buying is Absolute Superman, which is a what? Darker, more grounded, more mature take on the Man of Steel. So clearly, the DCEU was on the right track. And clearly the audience is telling you what the hell they want. They want a more masculine, mature Superman. He can still be hopeful. He can still be the big blue Boy Scout, but you gotta treat him serious. You gotta make him look like he's masculine. You gotta make him look like he's a Man of Steel. You gotta have that gravitas, that respect that he deserves. And if you don't have that, you can't expect the audience to go for it. That's why they're rejecting this shit, because it's not cute. It's not funny. It's not fun to see a Superman get constantly beat up, disrespected by everybody, and can't even control his stupid dog. And before anybody say, "Well, it's not his dog," it doesn't matter. It's his cousin, and Crypto is used to Darren Clark Kent by now. Hell, they're making a whole entire comic book series to try to get you to be like, "Oh, look at how much Crypto and Superman are close." But then in the movie, the damn dog don't like him. Come on now, that doesn't even make any damn sense. That's not how any of this works. So you can't pick and choose when it's okay to accept one thing and not the other. But what I'm telling you is that for everybody's talk about this kindness and hopeful and optimistic, it didn't do well at the box office, and it's a niche thing, and that's great. That's great if you want to do that, but understand you're not going to get money, and understand you're not going to get the audience that you want, and you can't expect that audience to accept mediocre, because at the end of the day, what a lot of people don't want to admit is that the movie was trash, and the audience rejected it because they're not going to watch the first superhero be bitched out like a little bitch for 2 hours straight. I'm sorry. And there's not enough colors or enough emotional speeches in the world that'll get people to enjoy it. So it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.